What's up, guys? Back at it again. I said I'm back. I'm not lying to you. I know I've said this in the past. Oh, I'm back, and then I'll just make like 3 videos. I'm like, fuck this. Yeah, not gonna happen. I don't care if I get 0 views. This is something that is important to me and is very important to you guys. It's important for everyone. So I think that everyone has their own responsibility of taking care of themselves, becoming better, staying away from drugs, eating healthy, exercising, taking care of themselves. If you're not taking care of yourself, you don't give a fuck about yourself. You don't give a fuck about your family. You don't give a fuck about your friends. Straight up. And I apologize for having to say it that way, but it's true. So we got to get past that part so we can get to the rest of the video. I want to talk about becoming your greatest version. How can you do that? Why should you do it? Etc. I think it's very important to talk about this. I have talked about this before. I've talked about this in probably every one of my videos I've ever made. I've discussed on saying something along the lines of getting better, becoming greater. Exercise, do something, happiness, longevity, take care of yourself. I give you all this advice, and the reason I'm giving you all this advice is because it is possible to become your greatest version of yourself and to become better. If you have disease, if you have diabetes, if you are handicapped, you could still become better. There is no fucking excuse. Straight up, no excuse. The only excuse is in your mind. The only reason why things happen is because you have chosen for those things to happen. You have accepted that those things are going to happen. Your belief has structured your life around you. If you believe you can do it, you can do it. You're right. You believe you can do it. You can get better, you can exercise, you can work out. You're 100% right. You say that you cannot do those things? Guess what? You're right as well. You're fucking right. You're right. You choose whether you do something or not. It's not up to me. It's not up to God. It's not up to your pastor. It's not up to your parents. It is up to you. I can bring a horse to water 50 times a day. Do you think that horse is going to drink 50 times a day? It's up to that horse when it's thirsty, right? It's not up to me. I can't convince the horse that, hey, this is the last water we can get for 300 miles. And we're going to die if you don't drink right now. But the horse drank 20 miles ago and it's fine. You can't force that horse to drink. So how does one become their greatest version? Well, they got to accept it. You must accept you are willing to change. Now, you can say the same thing about addicts or whatever, but we're discussing your greatest version. You becoming better than you were yesterday. Now, I know people that are very healthy. They have good genetics, they have great metabolism, somewhat naturally, whatever the reason being. And they can eat pizza all day long, and chicken wings, and greasy foods, and fried foods, and French fries, and they can eat all day, and they're skinny. Some people are like that. So how do you convince that person to take care of themselves, to remove pizza and poor diet out of their life and add in nutrition and health? How do you expect that if somebody feels fine? Oh, I'm fine. It's very hard, right? So how does that happen? You have to understand where you are in life, what you are capable of. I believe without a shadow of a doubt that people aren't afraid to lose what it is that they've lost until it's gone. There are men in their 30s with ED nowadays. How sad is that? Well, you kept eating poorly, you haven't exercised in years, your arteries are clogged, and now your dick don't work. And you're in your fucking 30s? Holy shit! People aren't afraid to lose what they have until it's gone. Oh, it won't happen to me. That's an old person problem. Diabetes, I don't eat that much sugar, even though sugar's in everything. You can get diabetes just from kind of like splurging on some cookies one night. Boom, you're a diabetic. People are too afraid to take care of themselves because it's going to be too much work for very little gain. Yet they're willing to risk everything that they have for what? For what? See, I'm somebody who has cardiovascular problems. It's very hard to see those problems as a third-party person in today's day and age because I have been taking care of myself. I didn't know what I had until it was gone. When I had cardiovascular problems back in 2010, when I first started getting really bad cardiovascular problems, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know anything. I just figured, oh shit, I'm gonna die and I don't know why. Is that a great way to live your life? Being unsure, unaware, lower consciousness? That's not happy. That's not pleasurable to know nothing about what's going on with you. It's not pleasurable. It's not peaceful. It's not. You should not accept that. You should not accept that for a second. See, I had my cardiovascular problems in 2010. I had to figure out what was going on with me, if I'm willing to die, or if I'm going to say no to the doctors, that the doctors are all lying about what's going on with me. I had to say, fuck the doctor. I had to say, fuck my job. I had to say, fuck smoking, fuck drinking coffee, fuck energy drinks, etc. I had to say to myself, how important am I? How much do I respect myself? How much do I care for myself? How much do I care for others? And if any of that is I don't care, not that much, well, that's why you cannot be your greatest version. You have accepted where you are. To that person who always says, well, I need a vacation, I want this, that, and the third, and why can't good things happen to me? It's because you're not trying to become your greatest version. I'm going to say a quick saying that I've heard many years ago, and it's stuck with me, and it's going to stick with me forever because it's so profound and so simple. Ready for this one? Kid asks his dad, what do I do to attract... Sorry, let me rephrase that. What do I do to get a good girlfriend, a good wife, a good spouse, someone to raise kids? How do I get that? Father replies, don't focus on finding the right girl. Focus on becoming the right man. Whoa! To the untrained ear, into the lower vibration mindset, it is what it is. No one really cares about this. It's low end on the priority list. However, if you are trying to become greater yourself, what ends up obviously happening? What happens that is inevitable? Good things, positive things. Now, I don't have to teach you karma, because karma is pretty much a bullshit thing as it is. It's just, there are aspects to karma that's 100% true, factual, and you can experiment this over and over and over again with similar results. And that is, if you have a positive mindset, an optimistic mind, a very nice positive aura and vibration amongst you, it is impossible, close to impossible, for evil to infiltrate. You can say the same thing about when Einstein once said that all cold is the absence of heat. Now, why is it cold with the absence of heat, and why can't we create cold? We can't create cold because cold is the default. You being sick, disease-ridden, stupid, unaware, unconscious is the default. This is what will happen, inevitably. This is default. Just like it's cold as default until you place a star or a sun there. Boom! All of a sudden, there's heat. You need something to produce heat. Heat is produced through energy. Why is this important? You need to put energy into you, or else you will surrender to the default, in which is death. You will surrender to disease, lethargic natures. You will not become your greatest version if you aren't putting energy into it. It's very important to understand this. Again, a lot of you guys don't care to become your greatest version, therefore you will not. Look, you need to put energy. You need to put a mindset in place. If you need one of these motivational speakers like Goggins or Doggins, whatever the hell that guy's name is, who always has a motivational speech and always has a reason to explain to everyone, hey, I didn't feel like working out today either. But guess what? I fucking did it. And you can too. That's as simple as it is. It's saying to yourself, no to the bad, in with the good, however means necessary. All right? Now, of course, consciousness and awareness will reduce the faults, reduce the setbacks, etc., experience. But nevertheless, if you're moving towards your goal, you're already greater than yesterday. Because guess what? Whether it's an inch or a mile more than yesterday, it's already something that's better than yesterday. It's greater. It's getting closer to achievement. And even when you do achieve, you will have hunger. You will have reward mechanisms for each step of the way. You're going to feel good, And when I say your greatest version, it really truly means your health, your physical, your mental, your spiritual. See, it's not about your possessions. It's not about, hey, I'm greater today because my house is bigger. It has nothing to do with you, all right? Now, it's your richness of your heart and your soul and your mind and the powers that you have to better yourself. What's going on here? What's the story? Oh my God, this guy is really going to do this? Anyways, sorry. The traffic's getting pretty bad. Anyways. I don't want this to be a long video. I'm glad this is going to be a short and sweet one. And I think you guys deserve that because you guys don't want to go through an hour video every time I upload a video because you're not going to get to half of it. You're going to fucking be bored. I'm going to hit a soft spot in the part of the video and then the real deep shit you never get to. So we got to make these ones shorter. If you want to become your greatest version, it's very easy. Just do it. You don't need a motivational speech. You don't need dedication. You don't need none of that. You got to say to yourself, do you care about yourself? Do you want to run around with your grandchildren? If that doesn't bother you, oh well. It doesn't mean it's not going to bother you when the time comes. Remember what I said. You don't care about losing the thing you lose till it's gone. So that's what I'm going to explain to you guys in this video is your dedication is 100% a result of your own. If you have a motivational speech you saw on YouTube or something and it got you going, great. That is not sustainable. You're going to need a motivational speech every day. That same speech isn't going to hit you the right way after day 6. So you're going to be the underlining factor. Do you want this? If you get injured during a workout, are you going to stop? Or are you going to take that injury, heal yourself, and then continue? Or what are you going to do? It's all up to you. You have the power. You have the control over your life. Your factor of achievement is 100% based on what you want out of life. I'm going to say this once, and I hope to not say this for a while. When you don't want to take care of yourself, that's the ugliest trait on the planet. Not only do you not probably, most likely, don't have compassion for others, you don't have compassion for yourself. It's tough to explain it this way. That's why I only want to explain it once. You don't give a fuck about yourself if you're not trying to become better. You don't give a fuck about yourself. What does that mean? How you feel about others? You don't give a fuck about others. You're very selfish. Now, why is that important? Why is that important for this video? If you're not trying to become your greatest version, you are hurting everyone around you. If you're not trying to become better at everything in your life, you're becoming a burden on others. If you can't help yourself but smoke that cigarette or eat that third cookie after your dinner, if you can't help yourself, no one else can help you. Only you. A lot of people say, well, once I get this house, I'll have time, or once my kids are out of the house. No. You're waiting until it's gone. You're waiting till you have no motivation left. There's nothing left for you to care for. Once you lose your access to your feet because of diabetes, once you lose all your muscle and your bones and your limbs are weak and you're lethargic and your joints are all crackling and you're just deteriorating, is that the point to start working out? Is that the point to start caring? How about my aunt who died of cancer a few days ago? I went to her funeral last night. Come on. When's the time to start caring about your health? When's the time? When's the time to say, I'm responsible for my health, not my doctor? When's the time? When's the time to say, I'm going to do something because it's greater for me to do so? When's the time you're going to help an old lady across the street when no eyeballs are looking on you? When's the time? You need to see it in yourself. You need to see the moral compass and be able to use that moral compass to better yourself, to better your loved ones, to say no to all the negativity, to say yes to all the positivity. A lot of times, I don't feel like working out. I don't feel like, dealing with a customer or shoveling snow, whatever it is, right? I don't feel like doing that. So how do I get myself to do that? I'm going to tell you right now, my secret for myself will be different than yours. But here we go. Step 1 for me. If this doesn't work, I go to step 2. If step 2 doesn't work, I don't do it. Step 1. The very first thing I try to put through a filter is morally. Is it morally right? Seriously, guys. I seriously do this. If I don't feel like working out, if I don't feel like being nice to a friend or help someone move, I ask myself, is it moral to do so? Okay, check. It's moral. So it's the right thing to do. Now after that, does it benefit me or others? If it doesn't benefit anyone, my mind goes, well, then why should I do it? Right? Now, how I look at it, it's not the greatness of the difference. It's not the greatness of, I'll stay at this light. It's not the greatness of the result. It's just that there is a difference. There is a benefit. Therefore, you should do it. After I put those two things through the filter, I tell myself I'm doing it. Then I do it. And if something stops me, something comes in the way of me doing that thing that I needed to do to become enhanced, become greater, something gets in the way, guess what? I'm going to return to this thing immediately. As soon as possible. Look, you don't need to eat 3 squares a day. You don't. Eating 3 times a day is taken away from your happiness and longevity. Straight up. If you take one of those meals away and you replace it with a workout, a 10-minute exercise bike or elliptical or whatever, just get your heart rate moving really good for 10 minutes, you're going to see substantial change. Even if you plateau, there's room to become greater. And if you're great in your workouts, if you're great mentally, if you've already taken away all the negatives out of your life and you're only left with only positives in your mind, there's still improvement. Then there's something you can learn. Maybe you can learn something about health or diet or science or something. There's something to benefit you that can benefit your family. And there always will be. Prepping. There's a million things just on my channel that I discuss. That's lifetime amount of achievements to reward yourself with. Lifetime amounts. Right? All right. I'm where I'm supposed to be right now. This is my grandma's house. I'm going to go visit her. Is she sticking her head out? No. I'm at my grandma's house. And I'm going to go on the scale. She has a scale. I'm probably weigh 160 right now. And that's my guess right now. So let's go see what I weigh. Now, is it necessarily good to lose weight? Not necessarily, right? But I'm losing body fat, which is visceral fat, which affects my cardiovascular health. Therefore, in my situation, 100% less fat, less body fat equals better health for me. I don't need to hold on to fat. This isn't 10,000 years ago where it's going to be a harsh winter and I need to survive 4 weeks without food. So I need some fat. No. Look at where we live. There's no food on this block. You see that? There's no food here. I'm in the suburbs right now at my grandma's house. There's no food here. But we're all fucking safe. We're all okay, okay? There's no food here. There's no animals. There's no gardens. What's here? Nothing. But guess what? We're taken care of. Supermarket's packed. You have food on your table in your fridge, most likely. You're taken care of, right? All I'm trying to get at is that on the visceral fat thing, and for me personally, better is going to be different than you. What works for me is not going to exactly work for you. What is greater for me isn't always going to be making you greater. It's just not the same. So my suggestion is you find out what is working for you. When you do hit a plateau, there's other things to work on top of that. Don't bury yourself in a grave for money. Health over wealth. Take care of yourself. Become your greatest version, whatever means necessary. If you're scared of heights, start climbing ladders. Do whatever you got to do. Become better. Imagine that time you're with your girlfriend and you're both scared of heights and now you're stuck on top of a cliff. If you just fucking worked on yourself a little bit, you and your girlfriend could make it down safely from that mountain cliff. Whatever, right? I'm making stupid scenarios up now. But that's the point. Some stupid scenario is going to come along and tell you weren't good enough. Start preparing for those. Start becoming greater. Start knowing everything about everything. Being adept in everything. Not just technology, but, even shoveling snow. Shovel snow. Understand the right way to do it, not blow out your back. Just know things. Know how to drive. Drive a semi-truck for once. Do whatever you got to do. Do something new. Go skydiving. Whatever the fuck it is. And especially if it makes you uncomfortable. Nothing makes you more uncomfortable than becoming better. Becoming better isn't simple. It's not easy. It's not comfortable. It's uncomfortable. Learn to thrive in that discomfort. I watch mixed martial arts, and I'm going to leave you with this because, again, I don't want an hour video. I watch mixed martial arts, and a lot of times these martial artists, they put themselves through hell in these training camps. So when they're in the ring or in the cage, they have been there before. They're not going to struggle when their heart can't go anymore, or their muscles aren't working, or they have nothing left in it. They're going to have something left in the tank. They're going to know what to do. They're going to be there. It's going to feel like home. Now, I'm not saying to find comfort in hell. But what I am saying is that discomfort is usually the road to success. The rough roads lead to beautiful destinations. Your comfort zone is going to leave you in front of a TV with potato chips all over your stomach and greasy, and your stomach's just... The opposite sex don't even want to look at you. You're a fucking disgrace. You shouldn't even be on this planet. You're a waste of resources. You want to be that guy or woman? Or get out of your comfort zone. Get those fucking gains. Become your greatest version. Be able to help others in your life. Your family, your friends. Be the guy or woman that people can count on and call. And wow, that person's a great person. Or do you want to be the person on the couch, lazy, no one gives a fuck about, no one calls, no one cares about you, you're no use for no one because you're shit? Are you comfortable breathing in your feces all day long? Are you comfortable eating your shit and smelling your farts all day long? Because most likely other people aren't. So you want to be likable. I have problems with my speechcraft. I say stupid things at times that don't make sense. Sometimes I say the wrong things at times. I focus on trying to make my speechcraft better because I know it's terrible, right? Especially if I'm trying to convey and articulate a very intelligent stuff, like really profound stuff. It's very tough for me to do these things. The information's there, but I got to get it out of my comfort zone, use the right language, really think about the words I'm using. Why? Because I'm trying to convey a message, and if I'm unable to do that, then that's something I probably want to work on. So that's not something I lost. That's something I was born with, a speech impediment. I couldn't pronounce my R's. My mom did a lot of meth when she was pregnant with me. I'm just one of those birth defect babies, right? I'm the crack baby. That's me. Hey guys, I'm the meth baby. But the point is I'm getting at is that no matter what you're going through, you can work on it. There's no excuse. The only excuse is that you don't care. That's it. So how much do you care? What are you doing? 10 minutes a day. Becoming your greatest version. Learn something new. Watch a YouTube video. Do it yourself. Building your own house. Whatever the fuck it is. Learn something. An engineering thing. How the sewer systems work. I don't know. Learn something. There's countless amount of knowledge. And as Einstein once said, which is this the second time I'm butchering an Einstein quote today? But Einstein once said, once you stop learning, you start dying. Why is that important? Now, that is a metaphor in my eyes, but some people can look at it as extremely truthful. I look at it as both. It can be truthful that once you stop learning, you just cease to be. There's nothing left for you. There's no more to gain. There's no more wealth of knowledge that you can extract from the ether. But here's the thing, there always is. There always is. Look, there's stuff people are learning stuff right now that you've never even thought of. Right now. There's physicists that are learning about white holes, right? Learning about it, seeing how they operate, trying to figure it out. And you don't even get off the couch? And you're watching the Kardashians or your football game? Getting dumber and dumber by the day? Of course you're disease-ridden. Of course you're not your greatest version. Of course you're a waste of space. Of course you're just in the way. And my moral compass says, if I'm in the way, I shouldn't be here. So I need to get better. I need to produce some sort of value to the world. If I'm not producing value, not even just to myself, not to my immediate family, but to the world, if I'm not doing that, I'm a waste of space. I've accepted that understanding. Now, does it benefit me? Is it moral? That's what I do. I don't know if that's going to help you. If you need another method that works for me. If it's moral, I got to do it. It's moral. I'm obsessed with moral philosophy. All right. 30-minute video. I'm going to keep it at this. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this content, if you have specific content you want me to speak on, let me know. I will do a specific topic if it's something I have not covered. Let me know if you guys want me to do daily vids, if you want me to do 3 videos a week, if you want me to do 1 video a week, if you want me to do long videos, if you want me to do sketches, if you want me to do anything, right? Because I can definitely play it out to be in the best interest of you guys. I'm not doing YouTube for me. Trust me. There's nothing, again, greatest version, this is helping me with my speech craft, this is helping me in some aspects, but I don't care about that nearly as much as number 2, who does it benefit? My channel does not benefit me financially, nothing. I'm telling you guys stuff I already know. It's not benefiting me, right? But it can benefit someone. Whether you're a 2-year-old, a 90-year-old, somebody that was born in the Aztecs to somebody that was born in Washington, D.C., it doesn't matter. Whoever you are can benefit on something on my channel, guaranteed. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm back. So thank you guys for listening. I encourage you guys to get out of your comfort zone, start realizing how important you are, take responsibility, don't shove the responsibility to your car mechanic, to the doctor. You take care of yourself. There's a plethora of information out there. There's so much information on Google or whatever. There's no excuse now. The only excuse is you don't care. It's enough for this video. It's OPEX. I'm out.